welcome to another evening at Wisdom River Lodge. Got it right again, guys? I'm just going to start calling it the Lodge from now on. That's what I call it otherwise. Hey, listen, there's a lot of stuff going on at the Lodge. We finally have a date for the hour-long gallery-style readings here at the studio, and that's June 19th. Now, the tickets are free, and we've got room for probably a few more people. So you'll have to get on my website and email me and let me know how many tickets you want, and we'll have them here at the door for you when you get here. Now, if you've never been to gallery style reading, what that is we have an audience, and I go through and as I get messages for members of the audience, I stand there and give messages. So basically, you get a 5 to 10 minute psychic reading while you're sitting right here. And it should be an awful lot of fun. It's going to be interesting for me to see how this all works with electrical equipment, since that kind of boosts energy. But it should be a whole bunch of fun, and it is free. So get on the website and let me know how many are coming. And we are doing, tonight is a live show. Call-in number 664-4408. So if you have questions about psychic stuff or about Reiki healing or any type of healing like that, give me a call and we'll talk about it. The other announcement is that starting probably sometime this summer, I'm going to be doing a psychic circle up at the Masonic Temple. And we're going to be confirming dates on that, so you want to watch the website to get in on that. That's going to be an awful lot of fun. The Masonic Temple has a rather tragic history and is well known in this area and actually nationally for some of the spirit activity that goes on there. So when we go in with a psychic circle to sit that and combine our energy with the energy of the spirits that are already there, it gets to be real fun. You remember all of that mental mediumship and the physical mediumship we were talking about about a month or so ago? That's the kind of stuff that occurs when we get to do work like that. We start to hear things like rapping, and things start to move and shift, and it can be a whole bunch of fun. So check the website out and keep yourselves posted, because that's all going to be coming up. And again, June 19th, we're doing the live taping in here, the gallery-style readings. If you've ever seen John Edward on TV, he and I were trained in the same type of spiritual forum. So it's that style of reading. So come on down, and but I should tell you, if you don't get your reservation in before then, you can't come that night because we won't have room for you. So make sure to get it in advance and get on the website and come on down. We'll play. It's a lot of fun. So, was there another announcement I needed to make? The next show. Thank you. The next show, this is June 2nd. The next show will be June 16th. There are 5 weeks in this month. So June 16th will be the last show, the last live show for this month, and then we'll kick back in the first Tuesday in July. So June 16th, and then we're going to do the taping on the 19th. So 2 weeks ago, I offered a free pendulum for a person who could remember what the homework was a month ago. Well, the homework a month ago was the psychometry reading, borrowing something from someone and seeing if you could get the energy off of it. So what I want to do this week is 2 weeks ago, I gave you some homework. The free pendulum deal stands. If you tried the homework and you know what it was, give a call down to the studio here and tell us about it, and I'll mail you a free pendulum. Now, I make my own pendulums, and they're not necessarily the prettiest things in the world. This is my personal pendulum. But they sure do work pretty good, and they have a lot of good energy in them. And they're a lot of fun to mess with. So if you know what the homework was from 2 weeks ago, and you gave it a try, give the studio a call, 664-4408, and I'll mail you a free pendulum. So, now, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about auras, and we were talking about the prana aura, which is the aura that's like 1 to 3 inches away from the body, and it's a good indicator of the overall health of a person. And we were starting to get into talking about the astral aura, which is the actual colored aura that people have. So we're gonna talk some more about that, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the colors that you can actually see in auras and what those might mean or might not mean. So now that I've done that, you should have a good idea what the homework was from last time. So somebody give a call and get a free pendulum. Okay. Now the astral aura penetrates the physical body. It's a light that moves through us. And it extends about 3 feet out from the physical body, although I have seen them extend for over 20 feet and even further than that. So it can be a fairly good-sized aura. A lot of times it will form the shape of an oval or an egg around the body. And I know a pretty good healer in the area who uses a blue egg as a method of healing people. And we'll get into the colors and stuff and why she might pick blue in a little bit. But so you might see it as an oval or an egg around people. Now this particular aura is in constant motion. It's the aura of our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions. So, and you know, if your brain is like everybody else's, you got stuff going 100 miles a minute through it. So because of that, that aura tends to change very quickly. And it can look like a mist that's moving and shifting, and the colors will shift and change, and they'll brighten and darken, and they're really kind of fun to watch. So this aura, we can say that it's the consciousness of ourselves, and what we're thinking and feeling is our consciousness. So it's a representation of our consciousness. Now, you might say, well, how does that produce colors? But think about an electrical storm where lightning occurs. Have you ever seen the lightning and the sky turns purple? Well, lightning is energy, and that's creating that color. So, and remember, we're energy, so our thoughts and our emotions are all energy, and that can create color. So, when we look at this particular aura, usually there are 2, sometimes 3 predominant colors that you'll see. And these auras are most typically viewed around the head, and it's easiest to see around the head. If you can see it around a person's body, you're doing pretty good. And they can be seen, so I would encourage you to practice to do that. But typically when we start, we look from the shoulders up and try to see. The colors that we see provide clues as to our emotional state, our physical state, and there are a lot of different books on interpreting these colors, so I'm not going to get into a whole color dictionary with you. And it's kind of like interpreting dreams. One book will tell you that water means one thing, and another book will tell you it means something else. So you know, you can get right on the internet and just put in aura color interpretation, and bang, you'll get a whole lexicon of color interpretation for yourself. But and you'll build your own color dictionary. I should tell you that most of these colors that I see, I've never really seen. I couldn't like go to a crayon box and pick those colors out for you. The colors that are created through this type of energy tend to be very different than colors that I see in a crayon box. And that has something to do with the luminosity of the colors, the light of the colors. You know, people say that they think I'm messing with my pants. It's the cord here. I can't seem to get it to stay out from under my feet tonight. So anyway, the colors aren't like colors that you'll see in a crayon box. So sometimes they're a little difficult to describe. But the light that shines through them or doesn't shine through them is what the difference is. And the vibrational energy of that is very different from the colors of crayons. You'll see colors that you may go, I think that's blue, it looks green, I don't know. And you'll build your own understanding of that based on your interaction with that person. Now, bright and vivid colors are the colors that most people want around them because those are the healthy, the strong colors, the good energies. And, you know, even red can be a really good, strong, vibrant color to have around you based on what's going on with you. With the more neutral colors or the grays, it's usually the person has a deficit or a need of some type. And it could be a physical need where they're lacking vitamins and minerals, or there's some dietary problem going on with them. Or it could be that they're having some type of an emotional need. And I tend to find that people who have recently had a loss to death in their lives tend to have a grayish overcast, almost like a fog on their aura. And they'll have the brighter colors underneath it, but then they'll have this gray overcast. And that usually indicates to me, in my color dictionary, that somebody's had a major loss in their life recently. Now, the colors that you don't want to see are the muddy ones. And it doesn't matter if it's like green, apple green is considered the color of healing. So if you see apple green, bright apple green around somebody, they're healing and they're vibrant in that healing light. But if you see a muddy green around them, there's a problem. The muddy, whenever the colors get muddy, and it doesn't matter what the color is, whenever the colors get muddy, it means that the person is out of balance, or there's some type of dis-ease in their life. And illness is basically dis-ease. It's interesting how that word kind of fits right into that. And the muddier the color, the worse it seems to be. And one of the things that you'll see is people who have cancer will have a very muddy spot. And sometimes it's so muddy that it looks like a dark hole right in their aura. And generally you'll see it around the area where they have cancer. Now, if you start getting really good at seeing auras, you'll be able to walk through the mall and you'll see auras of people and you'll go, oh gosh, that's really muddy. And it's really muddy around the lungs. I bet that person has lung cancer. And chances are that's the case. And the interesting thing about these auras, though, is that you can see that lung cancer or you can see that dis-ease on someone's aura long before that actually shows up in their body. So when we're doing psychic work and I see somebody with a muddy aura, I may not know that they haven't got the disease yet. So I generally ask, have you seen your doctor? And if they have and they know about it, then obviously they usually will tell you right back that that's the case. But if they haven't, then that kind of gives them an idea that maybe they should go check it out. And never, it's not my job as a psychic to say to people, oh gosh, you've got cancer. That would be a terrible thing to do to someone, especially if I'm not reading their aura properly. So I just ask people if they've been to a physician, and recommend, if they haven't, that maybe they go talk to their doctor, that I'm seeing some muddy stuff in their aura, and then maybe they should just go talk to their doctor and make sure that everything's okay. Now, the black or the very dark, again, we talked about, is cancer. It's usually, there's another reason that you would see that very dark or black aura as well. And the black and the darkness is just like a really, really, really deep, muddy thing. And the other situation that you can see it in is when people are depressed. Now, depression is an epidemic in this country. So you get good at watching auras and you go through them all, chances are you're going to see a lot of people with black or very muddy auras. And so it may not be cancer, they may be depressed. So you can just kind of watch as you're going along. And sometimes it's pretty startling if you get good at seeing auras and you're just kind of not paying attention, walk by somebody and catch their aura, and it's black or muddy. It can be pretty startling to see that, and wow. So you just kind of pay attention and start watching, and you'll start seeing some pretty amazing things out there. Now, the white that you see in an aura varies dramatically based on what you're reading. In some cultures, they say that the aura turns white before death. In other cultures, they say that it's the energy of protection or meditation, like when people are praying. So you have to, with any of these colors, you really have to do some inquiry with the person and find out what's going on. Obviously, if you're in church and someone is praying, you know, the white, and you see a white aura around them, it may be because of that, but it could also be that they're in church because they're very sick. You don't know. So you really have to ask people and talk to people. That's why we always recommend that when you're practicing aura reading, to practice with people that you know. And it can be kind of a fun thing to do. I know when I was working in offices, when people found out that I could read auras and see auras, they'd stand up against the wall and go, "What's my aura look like?" And I'd have people fly into my office and just like stand up against the wall. "What does my aura look like today?" So, you know, there's plenty of opportunity to practice, and people are very intrigued by this, and they like to give you the opportunity to read their aura. Now, the energy emissions from auras are on such a low level that the human eye doesn't readily see it. Our eye just is not adapted to see it without training, but you can train to see it. Now, ways to train. You remember the magic eye exercises that you get? You could get the whole book that had magic eye stuff in it. Well, those train you to see auras, believe it or not, because you have to, one of the ways to see aura is to defocus your eyes. And that's what I, nobody's called about the homework, I'm about to give it away. When I asked you to take a look at things but look past them, it actually takes the focus out of your eye and away from the object that you're looking at, so that you can then see those lower levels, lower energy emissions that make up the aura. Anybody got questions? 664-4408 about your own aura. Has somebody told you that they saw a certain color in your aura and you're not sure what that meant? Call me. Let's talk about it. Now, one of the the things that I see at psychic fairs and some of the bigger fairs is you can have your aura picture done. Well, that camera is not really capturing your aura. It uses an infrared film to record the heat of your body. And the more heat you generate, of course, the more vivid and the more beautiful the colors are of this supposed aura. But it's not really taking a picture of your aura. It's just taking a picture of the amount of heat you're generating. So, you know, you can spend your money. The pictures are pretty, but they're not an actual representation of your aura. If you want something like that, you're better off to go to somebody who does see auras and ask them to just do a quick color of your aura for you and then explain it and interpret it for you. So anyway, in 1935? Yeah, in 1935, a guy named Kirlian discovered a way to actually kind of take a picture of the energy around people, and it's called Kirlian photography. And one of the things that they did was they cut a leaf in half and then took a picture of just half of the leaf. And on the Kirlian photography, the other half of the leaf actually did show up. So indicating that there's energy there, and that actually had tons and tons of implications as far as medicine goes, because when people lose limbs or fingers and things, the energy is still there. So, hey, we got a phone call. Hi, thanks for calling Wisdom River Lodge.
Hi, Laura. I called 2 weeks ago.
You did?
Yes.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, yes.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you have any luck with your cousin?
She didn't understand a thing.
Uh-huh.
Boy, you remember.
Well, I find that fascinating because I have a memory of a sieve, but...
Wow. Yeah, I did call her. She lives in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
And she had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where to go from there.
Uh-huh.
But she did have the red nail polish.
She did?
My cousin had the red nails. You mentioned red nails.
Yes.
She had the red nails. That's the only thing that fit in.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we can do from here is, do you have access to the internet?
No, I don't have a computer.
Okay.
Computer illiterate.
Ah, well, that's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, they're kind of scary.
On my website is a phone number, and I will give you the phone number, and I'm going to ask that you call because there's not much time left on the show, and I want to talk with you a little more and see if we can't clarify some of this.
Oh, good.
So, do you have a pencil and a piece of paper?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hold on.
So the phone number that's on the website is 413.
Wait a minute.
Holler when you're ready.
Okay, 413.
230.
230.
7163.
7163.
And I generally answer that phone. I have Reiki clients in the morning, so I generally answer that phone after 12:30.
After 12:30.
But if you were to call and leave me your name and a phone number or a message, I could get back to you.
Oh, great.
So, and I want to talk with you a little more about this because since I spoke with you a couple of weeks ago, I've been getting some of my midnight wakenings about this.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the wonderful things about being a psychic is that sometimes at 3 o'clock in the morning I get spirit coming in wanting to speak with me.
Oh, my God.
So,
oh, great.
So you give me a call.
Okay.
And we'll talk some more about this, and we'll see if I can't get this pinned down a little better for you.
Okay. And you dialed the 413?
Yes.
Okay. And then the rest of the number.
Right.
And I'll get an answering machine or you?
if I'm available to answer the phone, I will answer it. If you get the message, just leave a number where I can get back to you, and I'll get right back to you.
Okay.
Okay?
That sounds great.
All right.
Now, on the homework,
Yeah.
that was to find your own aura.
You're bucking for this pendulum, aren't
Yes,
you?
I want it.
Good for you.
I want it.
Good for you. That is exactly. Did you have any luck doing that?
Yes, mine was like a reddish.
A reddish.
Yeah.
A red like a red rose, or more towards a pinkish color?
Like a red rose.
Like a red rose. Okay. Any thoughts for you what that is?
No.
Okay. That deeper red is usually a person who's rather passionate.
Oh. That's good.
And that doesn't necessarily mean passionate in the sense that most people mean. It could mean that you're passionate about your work, or passionate about a principle or an idea.
Or, yeah.
So
Or
does that
passionate
fit?
about finding out more from you.
Yes, yes. So now listen, when you call me, we'll get your address and I'll get you a pendulum out.
Oh, great. I think he already got it when he answered the phone.
Oh, okay, great.
I hope he did.
Yeah, no, he's giving me a thumbs up. So
Oh, good.
he's saying, yeah, he got it for us. So
Okay.
good. All
Oh,
right,
great.
good
Okay.
for you. Well, you got it.
Good.
Super.
And I'm going to call you.
Great.
Okay, Laura.
Thanks for calling, Diane.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, cool. So, good for you, Diane. Good for you. All right, they're telling me that I got like 2 minutes left here. Okay. So, we're going to kind of ramp up the homework for this week. And the ramp up is going to be find yourself a mirror and backlight yourself with a low wattage light. Now remember, the energy emissions that are coming off your aura are low, so you want to keep your lighting low. It's best to be able to see an aura in a lower light. And you want it backlit. You want the light coming from behind you. So find yourself a good mirror that's going to show about this much of your body. Put a low wattage light behind you. That's almost as hard as saying Wisdom River Lodge. Put a low wattage light behind you and find your astral aura around your head. Now, remember, 2 or 3 colors, funny, 2 or 3 colors, and see what they are. And notice how they switch and change and move. Now, in addition, once you find your aura, play with it. And by what I want you to do is think different thoughts. Think about somebody that you love. Think about somebody you don't like so much. Think about something that you like to do. And then watch as the colors around you shift. Okay? So now again, we're going to be back on June 16th. So, and I'm going to keep giving away pendulums, so give us a call. In the meantime, have a great couple of weeks. Get on the website, get your reservations in for the 19th, and we're going to be leaving the light on at the lodge for you. In the meantime, take care, and we'll be seeing you in 2 weeks.